Hi guys, let's discuss the dynamics of relationships with women in their mid-30s to the early 40s and why or why not men should date women who are considered somewhat old by society. To be frank, I have no idea why some guys like being with women who are in their late 30s or early 40s. They may be much better in the bedroom than younger women because they are older and have more experience. But what else do you want from them? Their wealth and resources. Or do you just have a desire for old women? If you want to have children, you should probably reconsider because these older women are already far into their 30s or perhaps in their early 40s and hence have lesser chances of conceiving. On the other side, if you're dating a young woman, you have a lot better chance of having children while you're both old enough to watch them develop into successful, smart, healthy, and happy adults. Some men would genuinely want to date older women who can't give birth. They will be happy to be with someone who has experience in the bedroom, and with whom they won't have to use contraceptives that reduce pleasure. And they won't have to worry about the responsibilities that come with children. However, many of these women also have unforeseen extras like families they support and children they have had from their former marriages and partners. And when you're with such a woman, she'll want you to take care of her children and parents just as well as she does. In some cultures, this is the norm. It's a way to gain spiritual reward for the men who do it out of a sense of responsibility towards their wives and their parents. But this isn't how it is in the Western world. Ideally, this is something you really want to avoid. Society still shames men for not wanting to be with women who have gone beyond a certain age and are just not worth the time anymore. Society still expects men to care for older women by marrying them and providing for them for the rest of their lives. To tell you the truth, I haven't slept with older women as much as I have lived with them. And I can tell you, they're not easy to live with. I am very certain that I would not want to be with an older woman for the rest of my life and wake up next to her every morning. These women have a negative outlook on life, are unpleasant to be around, don't participate in any enjoyable activities, and basically live their lives like elderly folks waiting for the next health problem to develop. They frequently grumble, gripe, and experience emotional problems as a result of having poor self-esteem, which typically develops after they reach a particular age and realize they are not leading the lives they had planned. Just take a quick look at some of the older guys who look like these lifeless souls trying to run away from their wives. It really makes me curious when I see young guys approaching older women. What is it that they want, and what do they think they're going to experience in such a relationship? Please do share your views on this in the comments, or if you've personally been with an older woman, let us know what your reasons were. Coming back to why society expects men to be with older women, and shames them if they don't. I think the primary reason here is that men are expected to be the ones who take care of women. Women don't have a responsibility towards men, but men have a responsibility to care for, provide for, and protect women, as they have been doing for hundreds of years. Here's another thing I don't get. When it comes to women, breaking age-old traditions is celebrated. When it comes to men, tradition is something that's considered honorable, something that men must abide by. Do you see the contradiction here? Why are men subject to such double standards and expected to support women emotionally, physically, and most importantly financially, when women get to celebrate breaking traditional aspects of society and culture? If men are held to ancient traditions such as providing, protecting, and caring for women for the rest of their lives, shouldn't women be held to the same ancient standards? Shouldn't women then be expected to live their lives to make their men happy, cook warm meals, and raise children? Shouldn't women be told that this is how a good woman should live her life? Society does not stigmatize or frown upon women who glorify breaking traditions. Among many others, the fact that older women still look beautiful, and that 45 is the new 25 is therefore constantly pushed as an acceptable social narrative. The government doesn't want to support these folks since doing so would quickly deplete Social Security and other programs. Then, given that women outnumber males in the United States, they will band together and work to persuade men to help older women if they find themselves in a position where they are single and in need of man's assistance. What do they then do? They shame men for wanting to date younger women and create propaganda about why they intend to do that. On the other hand, if a woman decides to be with a younger man, or even a man 20 years over her age, she will get celebrated for wanting to live life as per her own convictions and be hailed as a hero. People basically know that unless a woman is rich or is financially successful because of her career or perhaps her inheritance, she'll need to lean on someone for financial support for the rest of her life. People understand that. It's all about making women secure. The fact is, women need men for every sort of assistance as they age. Some women might deny this, and they will. But that doesn't change the fact that women have not been able to get by without the help of a man, ever, throughout our history. An old man will still be able to take care of himself by roughing it out and getting back on his feet. Will a woman be able to do that? I don't think so. They need constant care, attention, validation, and a sense of security and support to live a peaceful life. Otherwise, they become bitter and hard to be around when they're old and single. Husbands typically pass away before their spouses. It also makes sense why the man would wish to end his life early if you give it some thought. However, a leftover lady might look rather wonderful for her age due to the wonders of modern science. Therefore, people will subtly desire such ladies to have a boyfriend who can still seem young with cosmetics, hair dye, and implants. We are programmed in such a way that we like to see others appearing young in order to be with somebody new. If you don't believe me, then notice that everybody usually asks young adults if they're seeing someone, because they expect all young people to be committed. As long as women, by nature or through science and technology, still manage to look good, society will expect men to want to be with them because of how they look. And women will compete to get the best man at that age, for which they will use all sorts of tactics, which actually include shaming men who don't want to be with them because of their age. Men will therefore never stop being shamed into dating mid-age women as long as they can still compete with younger women and look youthful. You must keep in mind that older men hold the fort in terms of wealth and social influence. Who will look after the older woman financially if all the wealthy single older men go out and date the younger women? Realistically speaking, most men would not date older women if they could look at them with objectivity, assess their true worth, and know they are getting a lousy bargain. I'd want you to understand that women cannot manage a man who doesn't care for shame and acts as he pleases. Men will only fall into the shame trap that is set up by people to keep men dating older women until men stop worrying about what other women think of them in society. So, guys, it really just comes down to understanding the mechanics at work here. These dynamics will also make it clear to you that the criticism you receive for wanting to date attractive young women with whom you can start a family is unwarranted. You're not required to date older women, thus doing so would be inappropriate. They have made their decisions and are now enjoying the results and consequences of how they have lived their lives. There is no restriction on your freedom to think of your own solutions or act in whatever way you choose. We also understand that older women are less desirable than younger ones. Older women who have health issues, emotional outbursts, and a general sense of bitterness about life are not ideal companions. You must try to improve both your physical and mental well-being, generate wealth, and draw attractive young ladies with whom you can start a family. If you want to succeed in dating and relationships over the long term, you should approach it that way. And if you're mid-tail, live carefree from the constraints of relationships and enjoy every moment. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.